Welcome back to this week's weekly watch list. Today is Sunday the 19th of January 2025, and in this video I'm going to break down each pair that I am going to be looking to trade this week. I'm also going to give a short recap on the weekly watch list from last week and how I was able to capitalize it. And as you can see, if you're not yet following me here on Twitter at TraderWolf119, you can see on my Apex evaluations in this past week, I have managed to pass 5 accounts, which was 20k profit on each account. That is on a 300k evaluation. That is 100k in profit, just day trading NASDAQ. This is not to mention the gains that I have had across the Forex pairs. Now, before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, you hit the bell and you turn your notifications on so you are notified at every weekly watch list trading update that I bring to you. Now also remember, anything in this video is not financial advice. This is for education purposes only. That being said, let's get into it. Now, going back to the pairs that we were looking at last week, first of all, we're here with the DXY, the US dollar index, and you can see this is where we were. You can look at my last recap and you will see exactly that I showed you this in real time before the move happened. Now, I was anticipating that last push up, grabbing the previous week high before then coming to the downside. Now, we've seen that. Yes, we didn't quite push as high. However, this was enough for me to see a shift in the market to then look for longs on pound USD, euro USD and short and USD JPY. So we can see my bias still remains the same. You will see that when I go over my bias for this week. Next up, we have the S&P 500, the E-mini futures, and you can see this is played to perfection. This is where we were come market close last weekend. I was anticipating the fall to here before a bullish week for ES. You can see it is just about followed my prediction right to the T. So that is it for ES. Like I say, you can look at my last video and you will see me explaining this to you in real time. Move on to Euro odd. We can see my first initial bias was for it to drop. We retest here, which we did multiple times before seeing the market come lower. It has not yet reached our bearish target, which means I will be looking at shorts for this week going forward. You can see here it all is. It was either we reject from where we were or we had that last push higher before coming lower. My invalidation was above this strong area of resistance after seeing a market shift. Euro USD, I was anticipating a bounce from this area to move higher or a drop lower. Now, we've basically consolidated within that weekly range, which makes me believe it could come for one last grab this week to then go higher. However, I did take longs on EU and GU, which I was able to capitalize on. GU, as you can see, very similar to EU. They are both correlated pairs, and I was looking for the move from around the level that we were at to push higher, perhaps even one last grab, which we've not yet had, which makes me believe we'll probably drop this week to then drive higher. NQ also respecting my weekly bias, and as you can see, I did show you on Twitter that I was able to capitalize on the NQ bias. We can see I was either wanting to see a bounce from around here or that bit lower. Yes, we didn't quite come lower, but by reading what the market was giving me, I was seeing that shift to the upside. We have not got as high as what I anticipated. However, there was plenty of movement here to capitalize on. USD JPY, you can see again a bearish target. I was expecting the high to be ran, or if not, the high put in from the previous week, and we just traded, flagged up to this strong area of interest, and we've seen the sell-off, and the weekly IPA was our target. Obviously we didn't quite make it. However, I am going to be showing you what I'm anticipating this week for USD JPY. And our final pair for last week, gold. You can see this is where we were. I was talking about how bullish we were, and I was only interested in longs. I was expecting, obviously I was not going to be long in this high because that is not my style. I wait for the pullback and to see the market wants to reverse. And I was saying that we'll either come down to this level and then we bounce to move higher, or we had that deeper retracement. Obviously we've seen the rejection from this strong area. We could see price building up, breaking highs, given as our bias for the week, which was bullish. Yes, we didn't get as high as anticipated, but that only means that we've got more upside to come this week. So that is it for gold. Now we're going to move on to what I'm expecting to see this week, starting on NQ. Start on the 2-hour time frame. Now I have gone from the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, daily, all the way to the 2-hour to predict my bias for the week. I do not need to drop any lower than that, because when it comes to Monday, tomorrow, I will then be breaking down the 1 hour 15 minute, which is aligning with my high time frame weekly bias. So that being said, mid time frame to our high time frame, our weekly bias, I'm not yet interested in buying NQ up here. As of now, I am expecting a pullback into this 4-hour IPA, filling a bit of this imbalance, to then look to take price up towards 22,100, which is this next strong area of resistance. We are in a bullish market. Overall, we are very bullish. We've had our retracement. We have seen that support come in at areas that we've anticipated. We're looking to see the market push higher. So that is it for NQ. ES is going to be very much the same. I'm expecting a pullback to either around here or that deeper retracement to look to go long. Now, remember, I am not holding this from here up there. I am taking these pieces of this weekly bias on a daily intraday trading time frame. So this is just what I'm just looking at, these high time frame points of interest to see a shift on the low time frame to look to get in long. I get out the market, I wait, pull back, and I keep longing this bullish move to the upside. Invalidation is going to be if price drops below and accumulates under this area. I'm not talking about a wick into here. I'm talking about a push. We come up and we come back below, showing that it does not want to go back above here. I will then be looking to take shorts down towards 5, 7, 7, 8. Now I don't actually trade ES, but I use it for my bias and to find the SMT divergence between ES and NQ. Moving on to the DXY, this is what I'm looking at. I'm starting to see a shift in structure, perhaps a little push higher to this area here before looking to sell for the market to sell off, trade it into these old lows down here, which is a big liquidity area. Invalidation is simple. We hold above here, we start to show manipulation to the downside before high breaks, and that short is invalidated. We'll look to take longs up towards 1110 900. That's it for DXY. Obviously, when I am bearish on the DXY, I am looking to long EU and GU. Now here's GU, pound USD. I want to see the weekly low taken out, show that we're accumulating at these levels. After running liquidity manipulation, I will be looking to get in longs to take the market higher with a higher time frame target by the end of the week up at around 1.24. So I will only be interested in taking longs on GU. Whether if this market sells off, that's all right. I'm not interested in taking shorts at these lows. I'm looking to see a flip to get into longs. Very similar on EU, Euro USD, which has been slightly stronger. we may grab this liquidity, we get our shift to look to go long. If we do not fail to reject immediately from after running these lows, then I'm anticipating this low being taken. We may come into the weekly IPA, which you can see here. It's inefficient price action that has not been filled. We may come into that, but these areas do not need to fully get filled. Sometimes 50%, sometimes 30, 20% of the IPA will fill. And I think this is enough for where we are now for price to drive higher. Like I say, we run these lows, we push higher. If not, we come that bit deeper before looking for a market shift to take longs to the upside. Moving on to UJ. This is going to be one of my favourite pairs looking to trade. I would like to see a push up here, and I will hammer the shorts big time. Looking to take the market down to this level at around 152,200. This key area. We can see we've had here accumulation, manipulation. We're now going into distribution phase. What is going to invalidate this bias? Simple. We break and we hold above the previous week high, which is up here. We get above there, we hold, we see manipulation to the downside before seeing the market push higher. That is it for USD JPY. Gold, I'm not interested in longing up here. We have had a big push and we're at major resistance. However, we are in a very bullish market. Seasonality for gold this month and next month is bullish, which also aligns with my analysis that I've got on the chart. I want to see a deep pullback around this 4-hour and daily IPA, which with the fib, that will align with around the 618 to the 786 level. This is the optimum discount zone to be looking for a shift to then look to take the market higher. Now, obviously, when gold sells off, EU, GU tend to sell off as well. So this also aligns with a pullback in EU, GU coming lower. And then I will look to take longs pushing up to 2762, which is this area here. Yes, we could be aiming for all-time highs, but we don't need to get too carried away. This is enough to make plenty of profits this week. Finally, moving on to EA, Euro odd. We're getting what we want to get. We've got this range here. We've pushed above, we've failed to hold, we're back in this range. I am looking for a pullback up here to then sell off. Yes, we could pop above these highs, the previous week high, running that extra liquidity to come lower. Invalidation will be break and hold above this key area of resistance, and then I will perhaps look to take the market higher. But as of now, my bias is to the downside. So as of now, I am just making videos giving you my weekly bias. I will also be posting intraday setups here on Twitter at TraderWolf119. You can see, like I say, I've been focused on these evaluations. We have passed that. We have secured 1.5 million in funding in the last week from Apex. I'm going to run these accounts up and journal here on Twitter. So make sure to follow me at TraderWolf119. Now, if you've got any value at all from this and you enjoy me making these watch lists for you, then make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, turn your notifications on so you are notified every update that I bring to you. Also, give me a comment below if there's any other pairs that you want me to chart. I hope you all have a great trading week.